So in today's video, we're going to talk about rusted colors. Now, if you want to put something that looks like rust on your roof or on your wall, you really have three options. So your first option is you can go with a real rusted product, such as a Corten or a cold rolled steel. Or the next option would be a painted product that looks like rust. And when you start talking about these products, you really have two options. You can go with your typical orange-brown rust, or you can go with a product that looks both galvanized and rusted at the same time. So it's kind of like a faded galvanized that's got a little bit of orange or brown rust streaks in it. So those are your three options. So today the goal of this video is to put all the different products side by side so you can see the different variations in color. But also we've got a piece of real rusted steel here, and we'll put that side by side with the painted panels. And that way you get a better idea of which rusted color is best for you. So pros and cons of using a painted product that looks like rust versus a real rusted product. All right, so your main pros would be if you buy something that rusts, it's not going to show up pre-rusted. You'll have to expose it to the weather and it'll rust on its own. And that's not a problem as long as it's exterior versus interior. It just takes a little bit of time, but it'll naturally happen. The advantage of a painted product is it shows up looking rusted. It's also consistency. You know exactly what you're going to get with a painted rusted product versus a product that'll rust for real. You'll have a general idea what it will look like, but you know, rust is subjective. It might be a little more orange, might be a little more brown than what you expected. I think the biggest advantage of all is anything that rusts means you'll have rust stains. So if the water is draining into dirt, for example, well, that might not be a big deal that you're going to have rust stains. Well, what if it's draining onto a white stucco or a white concrete? Well, you're going to have these really ugly orange and brown rust stains to contend with. So by going with the painted panel, you eliminate that problem. And finally, warranty. Anytime you're buying a Corten or a cold rolled product, there's no warranty that comes with that. You're buying a product designed to rust. Generally, they'll hold up very well, but there's no warranty. So if you need a warrantable product, by switching over to a painted product that looks like rust, you now get a warrantable product. So these are the advantages. The main disadvantage is that a painted product that looks like rust is going to cost more than a real rusted product such as Corten or cold rolled. Probably in the vicinity of about 50% more. So the first product that we have here, the color is called Streaked Rust. And with any of our streaked products, they're designed for corrugated only. And what's very unique about these streaked colors is it's designed to go on a corrugated panel, and corrugated panels have both a high and a low. What we've done is we've managed to make the high of the panel a slightly different color than the low of the panel. You'll see this is kind of a brown rust, and this is more of an orange rust. And what that does is it gives the panel texture, and it gives it real authenticity. It looks real. So if you take a piece of real Corten and you set it side by side, you could see that it's, from a distance, this is going to look like the real thing. The next two colors we have here are very similar. This is Corten AZP Raw, and this is Fresh Rust. And the amount of orange and blacks are about the same. The difference is the way the print is applied to the panel. So this has got more of a vertical application, and this has kind of got more blotches to it. Now, if you look at both of these compared to a real piece of rust, I would say these look nice on a job. There is a noticeable difference, but that difference becomes less apparent when you're looking at something from ground to roof. This panel in the center is called Speckled Rust. You could see this color compared to either the AZP Raw or the Fresh Rust. It's got a little bit more of an orange rust to it. I think it looks a little more authentic than either of these two colors. And so what we'll do now is we'll put a piece of real rusted next to all of them. I think it kind of gives you a pretty good comparison of what they'll look like. Here are two additional finishes we have. This one here on my left is called Weathered Metallic, and I think this has kind of got more of a metallic, coppery kind of look that's more on the orange side. And over here, this is called Weathered Rustic, and it's definitely more on the brown side. Now, you'll see that there's a lot of detail in this particular color in the paint. The only thing I would say about something like this is this particular color is going to look really good up close and more so in a siding application, but the way this print's designed, the further away you look from it, the detail gets lost a little bit. So what I would say is if you like this Weathered Rustic, better in a siding application than a roofing application. We have 10 different rusted colors, and the reason we have so many is there's a few different common themes. Some people like a little more brown, a little more orange. Some people like a combination of brown and orange, and then it's the way that the paint print looks. These paint prints look significantly different than this paint print here or something similar to this. So by having the 10 different colors, it gives you the opportunity to pick the style of the print and then the shade of rust that you're going to go with. So in this shot, we have all of our orange-brown colors next to each other, so you can see the subtle differences. And it's important to note that in these streak colors, which is the corrugated panel you have here, that's available in corrugated only. In any of these other colors, we can do our full product line, whether it's standing seam, corrugated, or any of our wall panels. This color category is colors that look both galvanized or faded galvanized and rusted at the same time. We have 3 colors. This first color is called Streaked Galvanized Rust, and because it's one of the streak colors, that means that it's only made in a corrugated panel. And as you'll see, you've got kind of a faded galvanized on top, and then you've got the rust stains on the bottom. This product here is called Speckled Galvanized Rust, and this is what you would use if you had a product other than corrugated and you wanted that look. And over here we have what we call reclaimed metal rust, and this is kind of a mix of everything. You've got white rust, old galvanized, a little bit of white thrown in there, and it's really got that salvaged metal look to it. Here's a quick shot of all 3 of these colors side by side. What we always suggest is start with the color chart, or in our case, we've got a brand new color catalog for 2023. That'll get you going in the right direction, and then once you get a little closer and you've narrowed it down to 1 or 2 colors, request a free metal color chip from us. Visit westernstatesmetalroofing.com for all of these colors and any other information that you need.
Want to learn more? Check out these videos.